What's up guys, welcome to the video. These are my top stocks that can run next week. Let's get this video to 100 likes. For those of you who watch all the way through from beginning to end, I've got a surprise waiting at the end of the video. Quick shout out to one of our family members in the Discord who sent on 700% profit on a stock I've called multiple times right here on YouTube and gave several entries for inside the Discord. If you're serious about catching these plays early, the link to join is in the description. Now let's get to the video. The first stock on next week's watch list is ticker symbol BULL. Most people miss these kind of moves because they're not looking at the bigger picture. We're up over 40% in the Discord already, but most importantly, the chart just gave us a textbook wedge breakout. If you take a look at the daily chart for weeks, price has been consolidating inside this falling wedge, lower highs, lower lows, but with volume slowly building underneath. This is a classic pattern that often precedes a breakout. Notice the volume spike on the breakout candle. That's confirmation that buyers are stepping in, not just a weak bounce. Also pay attention to RSI down here at the bottom. It's crossed back above 60, which historically shows momentum is shifting back to bulls after a period of weakness. You have your immediate support, which sits around $14 to $14.30. That's the top of the wedge where buyers stepped in before the breakout. If price pulls back, that's the first level I'll watch to see if the breakout holds. You next have your short-term resistance, which is around this 1550 to 1575. A clean breakout above that with volume could trigger the next leg higher in my opinion. Beyond that, the next big level on the chart is 17 to 18. From the last swing high, that's where momentum traders could really pile in. If you're scaling in after the breakout, I personally suggest looking at longer dated option expirations. That gives the trade room to work and reduces the impact of time decay if it chops for a few days. Next on the list is ticker symbol RKT. Before we dive into levels, let me quickly tell you guys what the pattern is actually forming, and that is a bull flag. A bull flag happens when a stock makes a sharp, strong move that's called the flagpole and then pulls back in a tight downward sloping channel. That's the flag. It's like the stock catching its breath after a sprint, if that makes sense. The key features you want to see in a true bull flag are lower volume during pullbacks. That means sellers aren't in control, it's just profit taking. You then have your higher volume on the breakout. That's your confirmation that buyers are stepping back in. Then you have your support holding at higher lows. You do not want to see the whole move retrace. When you see all three, the strong pull, controlled pullback, and breakout with volume, the pattern often resolves higher, continuing the original uptrend. That's why I like RKT. You have the run from $15 to $21. You have the descending channel from 21 back down to 19, which is the flag. If price breaks above the top of the channel with volume, it completes the pattern and signals the next leg up. With flag setups, timing is everything. If you're scaling it now, I'll suggest longer dated contracts. That gives the stock time to make its move without getting burnt by time decay. Because this is a consolidation pattern, it can fake out before it breaks out. Long dated options give you pretty much breathing room. Next on the watch list is ticker symbol ABP. After a long downtrend, price hit a major demand zone between 15 cents to 17 cents highlighted in the yellow. Buyers stepped in hard and we bounced straight back to the 22-cent area. Right now, as I'm recording this video, price is forming a tight symmetrical triangle just above the 20-cent support. This is often what you see before a validity expansion, the calm before the storm, most people might say. Volume has dried up during this consolidation phase. RSI stabilized near 50 after oversold conditions, showing momentum is neutral but ready to tip either way. Key levels to watch is your immediate support, which is 20 cents. That's the lower horizontal line. As long as price holds above this, the short-term bull case still stays intact. You have your breakout trigger, which is the upper triangle line, sitting around 22.5 to 23 cents. A close above that on strong volume would be your first sign of momentum returning. If support fails, the zone right here between 15.5 and 17.5 becomes your last line of defense and potentially bounce area. My personal upside targets is the previous highs, which is 28 and then 35 cents. Those are the areas where sellers previously showed up and where I'd expect profit taking again. 50 plus is what I'm personally aiming for. Keep in mind, the tighter the range, the bigger the eventual move would be. That's why mapping out both breakout and breakdown levels ahead of time is critical. If you're entering ahead of the breakout, size small to give the trade time. These low price names could fake out before the real move. Always have a plan where you'll add if you're right and where you'll cut if you're wrong. Next on the list is ticker symbol ITP. After the initial spike, price compressed inside a big symmetrical triangle. We've already seen the breakout from the triangle and now price is holding above the breakout zone zone near 24 to 25 cents. That's a classic retest of former resistance turned to support. And most might not agree with me, but the fundamentals behind the float of this stock really matters. With no reverse split and no dilution showing up, the supply of shares is limited. That's exactly the kind of backdrop that can fuel a strong move when buyers step in. I know some of you guys are asking, why do we care about no dilution or no reverse splits? Because in low float names, supply is everything. If a company isn't constantly issuing new shares or consolidating, the float stays tight. That means any demand surge pushes the price up faster and further. That's the top of the old triangle and where buyers defended the retest. Upside targets is first 30 cents to 32. Those are the recent highs. Beyond that, the chart opens up to 40 cents plus if value floods in, because there's very little overhead resistance on the higher time frame. As long as the price stays above the breakout level and volume starts increasing, the technical picture stays bullish, at least in my eyes. Next on the watch list is ticker symbol JD. Sometimes the market gives you deja vu. This setup looks very similar to the bull setup I mentioned earlier in the video. Same falling channel, same breakout behavior, and same potential upside if momentum sticks. JD has been in a long downtrend inside a clearly defined descending channel. Each rally has been capped, but notice what happened last week. Price finally broke out of that channel to the upside. Volume picked up on the breakout and RSI ticked back above 50, signaling momentum is shifting. This is the same type of structure we saw on ticker symbol BULL before it ran. A protected downtrend, base forming, breakout of a channel, and then a squeeze higher. Key levels to watch is $31. That's the previous base and where buyers stepped in before the breakout. As far as upside target, you have $40. That's the next major level and where I expect sellers to show up again. A break above that opens room to mid 40s, at least in my opinion. If you're scaling in here, I'd use longer dated options or shares so you're not fighting time decay if it consolidates first. Keep stops under $31 if you're trading short term. If it loses that level, the breakout thesis is invalidated. Big love to everyone who watched right through to the end. You're the reason why this channel continues to grow. If you want to finally jump in and catch the next big runners with us, use code DHICKS to join the Discord. Only 50 people get in on this code every week, and last time it sold out in hours. So let's get this video to 100 likes, and I'll see you guys in the next video.